today we're going to download and install Atom, which is a free and open source text editor for macOS, Linux, and Windows. So open up your browser. I'll be using Google Chrome browser, and go to this link, atom.io. So what is Atom? Atom is a free and open source text editor for Mac OS, Linux, and Windows, developed by GitHub, which provides us with a platform to create responsive and interactive web applications. And not just that, we can also do a lot of things. So I've been using it a lot lately, and this is one of the best text editor I have come across and laid my hands on after the Sublime text editors and brackets. So Atom is a great tool. So as you can see, the latest version is 1.34.0. So click this to download for Windows. If you're using a different version, then look for the right version for you. So since I'm using Windows, I'm going to download this. I'm going to click this, and it's going to start downloading. Since I already have the file, I'm just going to cancel this. So here is the file. So double click to install. So right now Atom text editor is installing, so let's patiently wait for it to complete. I'm going to pass forward the video, and I'll get back once it's done. Okay, right now as you can see, it has done installing. So you should be able to see something like this on your end. So you can close this if you want to, uncheck this so that this will not going to show again. So just click close, check this X button, and then I need you to click the file settings and then go to system. Make sure to click this. So as you can see, register as file handler, show Atom in the open with. So every time we right click, it will appear on our right click in here. It will gonna appear here. So make sure to click all of these three options here in the system settings. And then next is we're gonna need to install some packages. And to do that, just click this install. So we're going to search for GPP compiler. We're gonna need this. So just type GPP compiler. We're gonna need this in order for us to run C and C++ programs. So search, click the search, and here it is. So GPP compiler. The latest version is 3.0.7. So it says here compile and run C and C++ with Atom. So click install. So this will going to install the package for us. So as you can see, this Atom editor is really useful. It has Atom package that allows us to compile and run C++ and C within this editor. So let's wait for it to complete. While waiting for it to complete, let's download this additional package file icon, and then click the search or packages. It will search this. Here is the file. Here is the package that we need to install. So click this to install. Now that it has done installing, we can, in order for these changes to take effect, we need to close this editor first and then relaunch it so that we can run using the newly installed packages. Let's try creating a file. So I'm going to click File, New File. That's how you create a new file. So File, New File, and then let's save this first, File again, and save as. Let's save this in our desktop. So let's name this example.c. Make sure that the extension is C, since we're going to start running C programs. Click Save. So here is the file. So as you can see, the icon, it has an icon C, since we have installed the file icons. So that's really useful. So we can include. Let's try and test this by running simple C programs. So let's go ahead and run this. So to run this, all we need to do is select the file, right click, and oops. And as you can see, when you right click this file, it doesn't have the option to compile and run. My bad. We need to download the additional GCC in order for us to compile and run a C program. So go to this link. So my bad. Let's go to this link, or just type in the search button TDM GCC, and here is the file that we need to download. So just click this, click this one, the download button. Here's the file. If you're using 32-bit, so this is 32-bit. For 64-bit, this is for 32-bit option. So just click to download. I'm going to cancel this from here. It's because I already have this. I have done downloading this ahead of time, so I'm just going to cancel. And here is the file. I'm using the 5.10.2, so just double click this to install. Click yes for this pop-up, and here it is. So just click the create and make sure to check this, put a check mark on this. It will going to search for an updated version. So just click create, and it will going to download. So depending on your system, since I'm using the 64-bit, I'm going to leave everything as it is. If you're using the 32-bit, you can choose this, but as you can see, this is for 32-bit and 64-bit. So just leave it as it is, click next, and this will going to install the GCC. So leave it as default, next, and next. In here, make sure to double check that it has a check mark, this add to path. This is very important, so that there's no need for us to manually add this. It will going to add this path automatically. So make sure that it has a check mark, and then leave everything as it is and install. So let's wait for this to complete, and while waiting, let's close this first. Let's make a folder in here. Let's name this C programs, and then let's move this file in here. So I'm going to pass forward this video, and I'll be back once it's done. Alright, right now it has done installing, so it says here completed successfully. So click this next button. You can read this file if you would like to, but I prefer not. So click finish, and let's run our program. Let's test our program if it's going to run the C programs. Here is the file that we created, the folder that we created earlier. So just click this arrow button. This is a drop down button, and then double click or click. Here is the file. So let's run this. You have two options to run this: by pressing F5 on your keyboard, so to compile and run this program, you can right click and compile and run, or here is the output. So as you can see, it runs successfully. So this is an indication that everything is set up correctly. So you have two options to run this: by pressing F5 on your keyboard, or right clicking the file and then compile and run. And here's the file. So as you can see, it's really, this editor is really useful. So Atom is a desktop application built in with HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and Node.js integration. So it runs a lot of things. It can run C programs as long as you have the GCC installed on your system. This is really handy. So before you go, again, Atom is a great tool, especially for those who want to customize their editor easily and beyond what others provide. As a web developer, if you're a web developer or if you're a programmer, the freedom to tweak, add, and extend your editor gives an incredible feeling of power. So I highly recommend using Atom editor to run any programs. And that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in my next